Next this morning, over 70% of teachers across Missouri have considered leaving the classroom. That's according to an annual survey from the Missouri State Teachers Association. We first identified the problem a couple months ago. Since then, we've heard from a state education leader who told us what the path toward potential solutions looks like. Our Trey Wiggins reports.
For the past 6 years, I've been meeting with the State Board of Education once every year to give them kind of an update on the status of the teacher workforce. We focus a lot on teacher because it's really from that place that we get all the other positions, principals and superintendents.
So what's the state of education in Missouri? Paul Katnick told me there's a direct correlation between the ongoing teacher shortage and education in the Show Me State.
And for a bunch of those years, Trey, it wasn't good news. Demand stayed up and supply kept falling. And those two were moving in opposite directions. And I kept meeting with the State Board of Education and saying, this is going to be a problem at some point.
As Katnick and the state identified the problem, they went to work on a solution.
What we did about 4 years back is we invested $50 million of relief funds into grants that we gave out as recruitment grants. Those went to 480 school districts. All of our educator prep programs took one. All of our community colleges took one. And then we also had retention grants, and 502 school districts took one of those, all to work on recruitment and retention. But what's really interesting is we spent the last 3 years studying what works.
They then turned those findings into the Missouri Teacher Recruitment and Retention Playbook, comprised of 8 cornerstones to improve work conditions for educators and incentivize more to pursue the profession.
It's important that we make sure that teachers across the board are treated in a way that says, hey, we want to keep you and we want to do what we can financially to keep you as well.
Missouri's game plan addresses the top concerns from teachers surveyed across the state. Financially, it includes methods for securing funds for both compensation and non-compensation purposes. For those wanting to continue learning, there's the Missouri Teacher Development System, which helps educators connect, learn how to better convey their lessons, and deal with stressors. They start as early as year 1 with beginning teacher assistance programs, which the Missouri State Teachers Association has a hand in.
We try to meet the teachers where they are, making sure that they're accessible, whether it be an online beginning teacher assistance program, whether it be a day-long beginning teacher assistance program, but with guidance and help beyond that, that one day or that one program throughout the course of a semester or throughout the course of a school year.
Administrative support is another key issue cited by those who've considered leaving the classroom. Along with teacher development, the state also has the Missouri Leadership Development System.
In our first year, we had less than 150 principals who were involved. This past year, we had 2,100 school leaders across the state who were involved in that. And it trains them to be good administrators, trains them how to give good feedback to their teachers, trains them on decision-making skills, how to build culture, all of those things that teachers really think are very important.
When it comes to implementing these strategies in the Show Me State, so far, so good. Katnick told me the gap between supply and demand is beginning to shrink.
At one time during that time period, we had about 8,500 folks on campus studying to be an educator. It's now at 13,000. The next domino to fall after you get enrollment up is completers. They actually complete the program. That's beginning to tick up slightly. After they complete a program, you get them licensed and you get them a job.
A problem years in the making will take a solution just as long to rectify. Moving forward, Fuller says educators want their thoughts and ideas to be considered and implemented.
Ultimately, just making sure that we're listening. We're listening to feedback from educators. We're listening to feedback from those who may have left the profession to find out why. And what can we do to get some of those quality educators back into the profession that may have left for something else?
The Department of Elementary and Secondary Education also has a statewide education job board for those in Missouri looking for their first or next teaching job. A link to that site, other resources, and past coverage can be found in this story on our website.